Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, April 12th, 2024. Today we're going to recap NBA, NHL, and MLB from yesterday. Look ahead to today and the weekend's games. And same for soccer. Then we have Masters, and NASCAR, and American Idol for the weekend. News and notes, and best bet. We'll start with the NBA. We'll go over the small from yesterday and look ahead to a loaded slate both tonight and Sunday. Bulls over the Pistons 127-105. Knicks over the Celtics 118-109. Jazz over the Rockets 124-121. Warriors over the Blazers 192. And Pelicans over the Kings 135-123. All right, like I said, everybody plays tonight. 7 o'clock, Magic Sixers. My line is the Sixers by 2.5. These two teams are a game apart in the standings. So this is a monster game. And it is 7.5 and 213. I'm going to take Orlando getting the points. That's a lot of points for the Sixers to be laying. Bulls Wizards. Mine's the Bulls 12.5, and it's only 1.5 and 221.5. Laying the points of the Bulls. I know, the Wizards really aren't playing anybody. 7:30, Hornets Celtics. My line is the Celtics by 24, and it's 7.5 and 217. I'm going to lay the points with Boston. Pacers Cavs. My line is the Cavs 3.5, and it's 3 and 234. That's high. I like the under. Nets Knicks. My line is Knicks 11, and it's 11 and 209.5. I'll take the over. Raptors Heat. My line is the Heat by 18, and it's 15 and 218.5. I'll lay the points with the Heat. Lakers Grizzlies. My line is the Lakers by 21. It's 15.5 and 227. I'll lay the points with the Lakers. Hawks T-Wolves. My line is T-Wolves 17. And it's 13 and 227. I'll lay the points with the T-Wolves. NBA TV. Bucks Thunder. No Giannis. My line is Thunder 13.5. And it's 14.5 and 223. Tough one, but the under. Nuggets Spurs. My line is the Nuggets by 16. And it's 13 and 223.5. I'll lay the points. Although I don't feel good about that one. 8:30 Pistons Mavs. Mine's the Mavs 21.5. It's 13.5 and 218. I'll lay the points with Dallas. 10 o'clock Pelicans Warriors. My line's the Warriors by 1.5. It's 4.5 and 220. I'll take the Pelicans getting the points. Rockets Blazers. My line's the Rockets by 6, and that's what it is, and 216.5 is the total. We'll go with the under because of how pathetic Portland's been offensively. 10:30 Jazz Clippers. Mine's the Clippers 13.5, and it's 14 and 223. I'll take the over. And last but not least, 10:30 NBA TV Suns Kings. Mine's the Kings by 2, and it's the Suns by 5, total 225. I'll take the Kings getting points at home. And then Sunday slate. So they're doing their games baseball style now, in a way. Where some games are at 1 and other games are at 3:30. And that's it, because it's the last day of the regular season. So 1 o'clock on ESPN is Bulls Knicks from the Garden. That's a big game. Wizards Celtics. Hornets Cavs. Hawks Pacers, Raptors Heat, Bucks Magic is a big game. And then Nets Sixers, and then 3:30 Nuggets Grizzlies, Suns T-Wolves, ESPN's Lakers Pelicans, that's a big one. Suns T-Wolves is too. So is Mavs Thunder, that's a big one. Pistons Spurs is interesting, depending on who plays. Jazz Warriors, Rockets Clippers, and Trailblazers Kings. So most of the good games are in the West End. We have a couple of big ones in the East as well. NHL. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Sabres over the Capitals 4-2. Flyers over the Rangers 4-1. Devils over the Leafs 6-5. Sens over the Lightning 3-2 shootout. Panthers over the Jackets 4-0. Pens over the Red Wings 6-5 in OT on a game winner by Erik Karlsson. Wow, what a win for Pittsburgh. Jumping into that wild card spot. Islanders over the Habs 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Kyle Palmieri. Jets over the Stars 3-0. Stars missed an opportunity to grab the President's Trophy lead with the Rangers losing too. But they don't win either. Sharks over the Kraken 3-1. The Flames over the Kings 4-1. All right, 5 games tonight. 8 o'clock NHL Network. Hurricanes Blues. Canes can get within a point of the Rangers with the win, and the Blues with the win can get closer to a wild card spot. They're 3 back of Vegas. This is a big game for them as well. The Canes are minus 215. The Blues are plus 176. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 124. Unders plus 102. Canes minus 1.5 is plus 125. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 150. Part of me does want to take the Blues outright. But a fun bet for this game. This is a bet I haven't given out in a while. Overtime, yes. Plus 370. Preds Blackhawks at 8:30. Preds minus 255. The Blackhawks are plus 205. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 130. Unders plus 106. Preds minus 1.5 is plus 104. Or just went down to plus 102. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 122. I'm going Preds puck line. 9 o'clock Coyotes Oilers. Oilers minus 280. Coyotes plus 225. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Coyotes plus 1.5 is minus 110. Same with the Oilers minus 1.5. I like the over. 10 o'clock Wild Golden Knights. Vegas minus 140 or minus 166. Wild plus 138. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 130. Unders plus 106. Wild plus 1.5 is minus 178. Vegas minus 1.5 is plus 146. I like the under. And last but not least, Flames Ducks. Flames minus 164, Ducks plus 136, over under 6.5, overs plus 110, unders minus 134. Flames minus 1.5 is plus 152, Ducks plus 1.5 is minus 184. I like the over at plus money. Loaded day Saturday, 12:30 ABC. Islanders, Rangers from the Garden. Rangers with a chance to clinch the Metro, potentially, depending on what happens to Carolina tonight. And Islanders have a chance to widen the gap for third in the Metro. 3 o'clock on ABC, Kraken Stars. So we actually have a real battle for the Prez Trophy. So the two of the teams in play for this are both playing on ABC. 4 o'clock Jets Avs, 5 o'clock Sabres Panthers, Devils Flyers, 5:30 Lightning Caps, 7 o'clock Red Wings Leafs, Habs Sens, 8 o'clock on ABC's Bruins Penguins. That's a monster game as well. Blue Jackets Preds, 10 o'clock Canucks Oilers, 10:30 Ducks Kings, and Wild Sharks. And then Sunday's a small day, 1 o'clock on TNT, Kraken Blues, 3:30 TNT, Avs Golden Knights, 6 o'clock Hurricanes Blackhawks, and 8 o'clock Coyotes Flames. Okay, now move on to baseball. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Mets over the Braves 16-4. The Mets, I have to give them credit. They were like 0-5 and now they're 5-7. So they're only 2 games under 500. So I gotta give them credit for winning this Braves series. So very impressive. Well done. Brewers Reds makeup date August 30th. Right now, and then Tigers Twins was right now makeup date April 13th. So doubleheader Saturday. Royals over the Astros 13-3. A's over the Rangers 1-0. Phillies over the Pirates 5-1. O's over the Red Sox 9-4-10 to complete the sweep. All right, tonight's slate 6:40. Twins Tigers. Pablo Lopez and Tariq Skubal. Tigers minus 120, Twins plus 102, over under 7, overs minus 106, others minus 114. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 172, Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 220, or minus 210. I'm taking the Twins at plus 102. That was a pick I gave out yesterday. Pirates, Phillies, Bailey Fowler and Chris Sanchez. Phils minus 168, Pirates plus 142, over under 9, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 140, Phils minus 5 is plus 116. Risky pick, but I'm taking the under. 650, Giants, Rays. Keaton win and TBD. Pick a minus 180 over under 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Giants minus 1.5 is plus 150, Rays plus 1.5 is minus 182. It looks like the starter for the Rays is Jacob Waguespack. I'm going to take San Francisco. There's a favorite, there's a reason they're favored on the run line. 7 o'clock on Apple TV Plus. Brewers O's. Freddie Peralta, Tyler Wells. O's minus 118. Brewers even money over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 136. O's plus 1.5 is minus 15. Why are the Brewers favored on the run line, but the O's favored on the money line? Makes sense of that. I know the Brewers are 8-3. Still early. Give me the O's at the discount at minus 118. Rocks, Blue Jays. Ryan Feltner and Kevin Gossman. Jays minus 235. Rockies plus 194. Over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Rocks plus 1.5 and Jays minus 1.5 is minus 110 each way. Over. 7:10 Yankees, Guardians. Clark Schmidt and Carlos Carrasco. Yanks minus 140, Guardians plus 120, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Yanks minus 1.5 is plus 112, Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 134. I like the over. Angels, Red Sox. Reed Detmers and Tanner Houck. Good pitching matchup. Red Sox minus 116, Angels minus 102, over under 9, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Angels minus 1.5 is plus 158, Sox plus 1.5 is minus 92. Sox favored on the run line, Red Sox favored on the money line. I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox at minus 116 at home. Braves, Marlins. Max Fried and Trevor Rogers. Braves minus 200, Marlins plus 168, over unders 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Braves minus 1.5 is minus 106, Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 113. I'm going to go with the over, although I want to take Braves run line too, but I don't trust their pitching right now. Royals, Mets. Michael Wacha, Luis Severino. Mets minus 120, Royals plus 102, over under 8, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 105, Mets minus 1.5 is plus 168. Royals money line, but I don't feel good about it, plus 102. 7:30 Reds, White Sox. Andrew Abbott and Chris Flexen. Reds minus 176, White Sox plus 148, over under 9, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Reds minus 1.5 is minus 102, White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 118. I'll go with the under. I'll try a White Sox game under again. 8 o'clock Rangers, Astros. Again. Dane Dunning and JP France. Astros minus 138, Rangers plus 118, over under 9.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 156, Astros minus 1.5 is plus 130. Tough call, but I'm going to go with the Rangers straight up plus 118. 9:40 Apple TV Plus, Cubs, Mariners. Jordan Wicks and Bryce Miller. Mariners minus 120, Cubs plus 102, over under 7.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 105, Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 168. I like the over, that's a low total. Cards, Diamondbacks. So Paul Goldschmidt back at his original team. Steven Matz, Brandon Fott. D-backs minus 118. Cards even money over under 9.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Cards minus 1.5 is plus 155. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 188. I like the over. Nationals A's. Jake Irvin, Paul Blackburn. A's minus 132. Nats plus 112. Over under 8. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 184. A's minus 1.5 is plus 152. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with the over. And at 10 o'clock, Padres Dodgers for the second time this season. Michael King and Yoshi Yamamoto. Dodgers minus 200, Padres plus 168, over under 8.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 135. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 104. I like the over. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock, doubleheader game 1. Twins Tigers, Joe Ryan, Kenta Maeda. 1:40, Royals Mets, Alec Marsh, Sean Manaea. 2 o'clock, Reds White Sox, Nick Lodolo, Garrett Crochet. 3 o'clock, Rockies Blue Jays, Dakota Hudson and Bowden Francis. 4 o'clock, Brewers O's, DL Hall and Dean Krummer. Pirates Phillies, Marco Gonzalez and Spencer Turnbull. Fox Sports 1, Rangers Astros, Andrew Heaney and Ronel Blanco. Nats A's, Mackenzie Gore and Joe Boyle. Angels Red Sox, Griffin Canning and TBD. Braves Marlins, Chris Sale, Max Meyer. Giants Rays, Logan Webb and Ryan Papuai. Doubleheader game 2 at 5 o'clock, Twins Tigers. No pitching announced yet. 6 o'clock, Yankees Guardians. Luis Heel and Tristan McKenzie. 8 o'clock, Cards D-backs, Kyle Gibson and Ryan Nelson. 9 o'clock, Padres Dodgers, Matt Waldron, Gavin Stone. And 9:40, Cubs Mariners, Shota Imanaga and Emerson Hancock. Sunday, 1:30, Angels Red Sox, Tyler Anderson, Brian Balow. Brewers O's, Colin Rea, Corbin Burns. So Corbin Burns against his old team. Pirates Phillies, Mitch Keller, Zach Wheeler. Rockies Blue Jays, Kyle Freeland, Jose Barrios. 1:40, Yankees Guardians, Nestor Cortez, Logan Allen. Braves Marlins, Charlie Morton, Jesus Luzardo. Royals Mets, Cole Reagans and TBD. Twins Tigers, Bailey Ober, Jack Flaherty. Giants Rays, Blake Snell, Zach Eflin. 2 o'clock, Reds White Sox, Graham Ashcraft and Michael Soroka. Rangers Astros, Nathan Eovaldi, Christian Javier. 4 o'clock, Nationals A's, Trevor Williams and Alex Wood. Cubs Mariners, Javier Assad, Luis Castillo. Cards D-backs, Miles Mikolas, Zach Gallen. And at 7 o'clock on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, Padres Dodgers, Yu Darvish and James Paxton. Now we'll go over the soccer results from yesterday. Look ahead to today and the weekend. We are very busy in soccer, obviously, especially in the spring with all the leagues going. So yesterday we had Europa League first leg quarterfinals. AS Roma over Milan 1-0. Atalanta over Liverpool 3-0. Benfica over Marseille 2-1. And Leverkusen over West Ham 2-0. And then Conference League, Olympiacos over Fenerbahce 3-2. Victoria Plzen and Fiorentina 0-0 draw. Club Brugge over PAOK 1-0. And Aston Villa over Lille 2-1. Second legs will be on Thursday for both the Europa and the Conference Leagues. So we'll start Premier League Saturday, 7:30, Newcastle Tottenham, 10 o'clock, Brentford Sheffield United, Burnley Brighton, Man City Luton, Nottingham Forest Wolves, and 12:30, Bournemouth Man United. Sunday, 9 a.m., Liverpool Crystal Palace, West Ham Fulham, and 11:30 is Arsenal and Aston Villa. So quick little turnaround for Aston Villa there. MLS, Saturday, 4:45, Portland LAFC. 7:30, CF Montreal, Cincinnati, Charlotte, Toronto, DC United, are DC United Orlando, NYCFC New England, Red Bulls Chicago, 8:30 Dallas Seattle, Minnesota Houston, KC Miami, 9:30 Salt Lake Columbus, 10:30 San Jose Colorado, and Vancouver Galaxy. And then Sunday, 2:30 Atlanta hosts Philly, and then 4:45 St. Louis hosts Austin. Women's tonight at 8 o'clock you have Houston, Washington. That should be a really interesting game. Just gonna pull that up really quick. Houston plus 155, Washington plus 160, the draw's plus 250. I'm going to go with the draw plus 250. And then 9:30 Utah, Orlando. Utah plus 185, Orlando plus 135, the draw's plus 240. I'm going with Orlando at plus 135. Saturday, 7 o'clock, North Carolina, Portland. 7:30 Louisville, San Diego. 9:30 Chicago, Angel City. And then Sunday, 6 o'clock, Gotham, KC. And 8 o'clock, Bay FC in Seattle. Liga MX. Tonight, 9 o'clock, Querétaro and Mazatlan should be a good game. Querétaro plus 105, Mazatlan plus 230, draw plus 240. I'm going Querétaro plus 105. 11 o'clock, Necaxa Santos. Necaxa plus 135, Santos plus 190, draw plus 230. I'm going with Necaxa plus 135. And 11 o'clock also, Puebla Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul minus 140, Puebla plus 3-1, the draw's plus 320. I like over 3.5 goals at plus 114. Saturday, 7 o'clock, Pachuca Guadalajara. 9 o'clock, America Toluca. At 11 o'clock, Monterrey Tigres. Sunday, 8 o'clock, Atlas Athletic San Luis. UNAM Leon, and 10 o'clock, Juarez and Tijuana. Bundesliga, today, 2:30 of Augsburg and Union Berlin. Augsburg plus 110, Union Berlin plus 240, and so is the draw. I'm going to Augsburg at home plus 110. They lost, and then they drew in their last two. All right, Saturday, 9:30, Bayern Cologne, Gladbach Dortmund, Mainz Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig Wolfsburg, Bochum Heidenheim, and 12:30 Stuttgart Frankfurt. Sunday, 9:30 Darmstadt Freiburg, and 11:30 Leverkusen and Bremen. La Liga. 3 o'clock this afternoon, Betis and Celta Vigo. Betis plus 105, Celta Vigo plus 250, draw plus 240. I'm going with the draw plus 240. Betis hasn't won in its last 4. And to be honest, it's lost in its last 4, let alone hasn't won. Saturday, 8 a.m., Atletico Girona, 10:15 Real Getafe, 12:30 Mallorca Real Madrid, and 3 o'clock Cadiz Barcelona. Sunday, 8 o'clock Las Palmas Sevilla, 10:15 Granada Alaves, 12:30 on ESPN2. Athletic Villarreal, and then 3 o'clock Real Sociedad and America. Or Almeria. My mistake. Serie A today, 2:45. You have Lazio and Salernitana. Lazio minus 350, Salernitana plus 850. The draws plus 440. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 114. Saturday, 9 a.m., Lecce Empoli. 12 o'clock Torino Juventus. 2:45 Bologna Monza. Sunday, 6:30 Napoli Frosinone. 9 o'clock Sassuolo Milan. 12 o'clock Udinese AS Roma. And 2:45 Inter Milan and Cagliari. League 1 today, 3 o'clock, Mets Lens. Lens minus 130, Mets plus 340, draw plus 260. I'm going over 2.5 goals at minus 110. Saturday, 11 a.m., Strasbourg Reims, 3 o'clock, Rennes Toulouse. Sunday, 7 a.m., Le Havre AC Nantes, 9 o'clock, Clermont Montpellier, and 2:45 Lyon Brest. So not a lot of French League 1 this weekend. Dutch Air Device. 2 o'clock, you have Excelsior and FC Volendam today. Excelsior minus 150, Volendam plus 330, draws 3-1. I'm going to go with the draw at 3-1. I like that. 10:30 PSV Vitesse on Saturday morning, 12:45 AZ Alkmaar, KC Waldwick, 3 o'clock Almere City Sparta. Sunday 6:15 Heracles Heerenveen, 8:30 FC Utrecht Go Ahead Eagles, Fortuna Feyenoord, 10:45 Ajax FC 20, and 2 o'clock NEC and PEC Zwolle. USL this weekend. 4 o'clock Loudoun Memphis, 7 o'clock Indy 6 Charleston, Rhode Island Pittsburgh at 7:30, 8:30 San Antonio Orange County, 9 o'clock El Paso Oakland, 10 o'clock Monterey Bay Vegas, Sacramento Tulsa, and 10:30 Phoenix Colorado. Sunday 5 o'clock North Carolina and Birmingham. ELC. Today at 3 o'clock, you have Plymouth and Leicester. Leicester minus 240, Plymouth plus 550, draw plus 360. I like over 3.5 goals at plus 148. Saturday's busy. 7:30 Leeds Blackburn, 10 o'clock Birmingham Coventry, Bristol City Huddersfield, Hull QPR, Ipswich Borough, Millwall Cardiff, Preston Norwich City, Sheffield Wednesday Stoke, Southampton Watford, Swansea Rotherham, and West Brom Sunderland. Scottish Premiership. Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, Aberdeen Dundee, Celtic St. Marine, Hearts Livingston, Motherwell Hibernian, and St. Johnstone Kilmarnock. And then Sunday at 7 a.m. is Ross County Rangers. So this league's almost over. Amazingly enough. So that's something to watch here down the stretch. And then we also have, I believe we have the Pro League. No, we don't have the Pro League until late next week. So, no Pro League. So, that's it for soccer. Now move on to the Masters. We will look at the current leaderboard for the Masters. Your leader right now with a score of 7 under in suspended play, Bryson DeChambeau. But he's through final. Or for the day. He's through round 1. Second with 6 under, Scotty Scheffler. Third with 5 under is Nicholas Hojgaard. He has 3 left in round 1. Tied for 4th with 4 under, Danny Willett and Max Homa. Homa has 5 left. And Willett was finished. Tied for 6th with 3 under, Ryan Fox, Cam Davis, and Tyrell Hatton. Hatton's through 14. Cam Davis and Ryan Fox final through round 1. Tied for 9th with 2 under. Corey Connors final. Byung-Ganon final. Joaquin Neiman final. Will Zalatoris final. Patrick Reed through 14. Matthew Pavon through 14. Ludwig Aberg through 11. Tommy Fleetwood through 10. Tied for 17th with 1 under. So the following guys are done with round 1. Evan Van Rooyen, Lucas Glover, Taylor Moore, Bjorn Olsen, Tony Finau, Patrick Cantlay, Matt Fitzpatrick, Rory McIlroy, Victor Hovland, Cam Smith, Ashke Bahita, Nate Shipley, Kurt Katayama. Bahita is through 16. Sergio Garcia's final. Oh, no, wait, he's at even. Hang on, guys. So, Ashke Bahita's through 16. Kurt Katayama through 14, as well as Cam Young and none other than Tiger Woods through 13. So, Tiger off to a inspiring start here. After so many people doubted him. Go figure. Tied for 32nd at even. Through round 1, Sergio Garcia, Harry English, Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele. Through 16, Shane Lowry. Through 15, Adam Schenk. Through 13, Jason Day. through 11, Tom Kim and Brooks Koepka through 12, Brian Harman. All right, tied for 42nd, one over. Through round 1, Sepp Straka, Phil Mickelson, Ryan Henley, John Rahm, Wyndham Clark, Eric Cole, Justin Rose. Through 15, Bubba Watson. Through 13, Adam Scott. Through 11, Sahith Thiglia. Through 10, Colin Morikawa, Dustin Johnson. Tied for 54s with 2 over. Through the round, Jake Knapp, Stefan Jaeger, Austin Eckroat, Charles Schwartzel, Chris Kirk, Minwoo Lee, Crystal Lamprecht, Lucas Hodges, Dylan McCarthy, Camilo Vegas, Siwoo Kim, Mike Weir, Stuart Hagstead. Through 16, JT Potson. Through 11, Jordan Spieth. Tied for 69 to 3 over. Through the round, Luke List, Adam Hadwin, and Vijay Singh. Through 14, Sanjay Keegan Bradley, Sam Burns. Tied for 75th with 4 over. Through the round, we're going to do notables now. Gary Woodland, Zach Johnson, Ricky Fowler, Hideki Matsuyama, Grayson Murray, Emiliano Grillo. Tied for 82nd, 5 over through the round. Nate Taylor, Nick Dunlap. Tied for 85th with 6 over through the round. Rio Hisatune. And 89th with 10 over through the round, Peter Malnati. So a lot of big names still yet to finish round 1 because it was suspended due to the weather. So there's going to be a lot of guys playing extra golf like Tiger and like Brooks and Kurt Katayama. So it kind of gives those guys opportunities to, and Jordan Spieth, gives them a little more leeway and opportunity. Phil Mickelson's through the round, so he just has to go through the second round. So, like, the finishing the round, I think, benefits somebody like Phil, but I think it not finishing the round hurts somebody like Tiger. You know what I mean? I think that it could help somebody like Jason Day or Brooks Koepka or Jordan Spieth or DJ or Colin Morikawa. It's going to help those guys, but it's going to hurt the long-time guys like Tiger and Phil. Okay, now move on to NASCAR. We do have some racing this weekend. Tonight at 8:30 from Texas, we have the Truck Series, the SpeedyCash.com 250. And I am going to give out a pick, as I always do. So, my pick for this race will be I just think this guy has a lot of value. Brett Effinger is 35-1 to win the SpeedyCash.com 250. Xfinity tomorrow 1:30 from Texas. Andy's Frozen Custard 300. The pick. I'm gonna go back to the well here and pick somebody I picked a few weeks ago. AJ Allmendinger 18-1. Last but not least, the Cup Series, which will be Sunday at 3:30 from Texas. I'm going to go with the driver that I can't believe he has this much value. 18-1 he's sitting at. He's been in NASCAR for a long time, and I know he has raced well here in the past. Joey Logano, 18-1. To win the Auto Trader EchoPark Automotive 400 from Texas. Okay, American Idol. So we have the top flight. That will be a 3-hour show on Sunday. I wonder how this is gonna play out. I feel like this is the week where they announce like who's safe and who's in the danger, and the danger has to perform for the next vote. Which would make sense. Or do they perform for the panel? I don't remember how that would go. So last year, the top 20 performed in groups. It was group 1 and group 2. And then the top 12 was the verdict, safe, danger. So, we'll see how this episode's going to go. But I'm quickly going to go over who my picks are going to be for the top 20. In no particular order. From the Sunday night episode, I think we're going to see Abby, Blake, Jaina, Jordan, Julia, Keiko, KB, McKenna, Contavious, and Will. And then from Monday night's group, I think we're going to see Aji, Emmy, Jack, Jennifer, K-Blocks, Mackenzie, Mia, Roman, Odell, and Tristan. That's who I think we'll see in the top 20. And I think eliminated will be Kennedy, Ellie, Naya, and Haley. And that's sad because that would mean 4 females are eliminated, which I hope won't be the case. But I think that the Idol audience gravitates towards the male singers. And I think the male singers are excellent this year. And there are some excellent females as well. And I say this every year when it hits the top 24. There's so much talent that so many good singers have to go. Eventually, that's just the story about American Idol. All right. Now we'll move on to the news and notes for today. So Kentucky found its replacement for John Calipari, and they chose BYU head coach Mark Pope. It's an interesting hire. Do I think it's the best hire? No. But do I think it's a bad hire? No. I think Mark Pope did an outstanding job this past season. He should be in the conversation, or should have been in the conversation for the Big 12 Coach of the Year with the job he did. It was kind of reminiscent, not as good as Jerome Tang last year, but it was like a poor man's version of it. Like, picked last in the conference or second to last and make the tournament. That's just credit to Mark Pope and that program. So, good on them for getting into the tournament. And what that did was get Mark Pope to Kentucky. But Mark Pope's a good coach, but the question is this too big for him? And if you ask me what hire was better between this one and Louisville's hire, I still think this is a better hire than Louisville Pat Kelsey. And I think that if Louisville got Mark Pope, I think it would have been a good hire too. Not that I think that Kelsey's a bad hire per se. Like I said with Kentucky, I said with Louisville, I think they could have done better. But what if those guys did say no? What if Dan Hurley's like, yeah, I'll pass? What if Scott Drew was like, yeah, I'll pass? Dana Altman be like, yeah, I'll pass? Mick Cronin be like, yeah, I'm in the Big Ten now, I'll pass? Or somebody even like, Tommy Lloyd, I feel like would have been the same category as Mark Pope. I think Mark Pope got a lot out of this team, and I think Tommy Lloyd end up being this generation's version of Matt Painter. like talented teams who just fall short of expectations. I saw somebody suggest Sean Miller for Kentucky. I just think that because of the baggage from his past, I don't think that Kentucky wanted to go there. But I do think that would have been a really good hire. Even for Chris Beard, I think Chris Beard would have been good. But if I had to grade this hire for Kentucky, I'd give it a B-. And I think that might be a little harsh, but like I said, I think Kentucky could have done better. Maybe Nate Oates said, okay, I'll stay at Alabama, and that's another good one. But yeah, it's not a disaster, but it wasn't the best choice either. But like I always say, we'll see how it goes. And I gotta be honest, I thought the best hire of the coaching carousel so far, I mean, I don't hate the Mark Pope hire, but I love the DeVries hire for West Virginia. I think that was a really good hire. And Dusty May for Michigan obviously was a really good one too, because he made the Final Four obviously with FAU last year. So I'd rank those two 1 and 2. And then I guess I would put Mark Pope, John Calipari obviously is 1. And then the West Virginia and Michigan. And then I'd say Kentucky Mark Pope. Unless if I'm forgetting any more. But, yeah, I was obviously not counting Calipari. Because that was obviously the big splash that Arkansas made. And, of course, Pope obviously used to play for Kentucky. Rashid Rice turned himself in as he surrenders himself to police after an arrest warrant was issued for his involvement in a multi-car crash. So we'll see if the league punishes Rashid Rice for this. This obviously is an ugly situation for him. And we'll see what comes out of this. Charles Barkley on the TNT show says he's worried about Giannis Antetokounmpo as he doesn't want him to rush back and suffer long-term injury. What I think is going to end up happening here is if he's severely injured, he'll play in the playoffs, and after their season ends, he'll get whatever surgery and begin rehab. Brandon Ingram may come back for the Pelicans' final regular season game against the Lakers. That game's going to be on ESPN on Sunday, as we talked about earlier. But the Bucks are optimistic about Giannis for his availability to start for the playoffs. Karl-Anthony Towns will be back tonight against the Hawks, so that's good news for them. After it was rumored he was supposed to come back against the Nuggets. How about this? Tom Brady is open to an NFL return as the GOAT explains why he's not opposed to end retirement for Pat's Raiders. Interesting. Tua Tagovailoa will not hold out as he will attend OTAs despite not yet receiving an extension. That's going to be a distraction if that doesn't get done. But the saddest news of the day, O.J. Simpson passes away at the age of 76. His family announces that he had passed away of cancer. Thoughts and prayers to the Simpson family. Obviously, we all know O.J. Simpson as a former NFL star and broadcaster. And we obviously had the trial in 95 with the killings of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. and he was in a ton of shows, movies, and campaigns and commercials. He was a star in college. He played for the Bills and the 49ers. Went to college at USC. And before that, the City College of San Francisco. And yeah. So great NFL player. Obviously more well known for the Bronco chase, obviously. But that's just still very sad. Thoughts and prayers to his family and his former teammates and friends. Tyrese Proctor's going back to Duke, so that's a huge deal for the Blue Devils and John Shire. Omar Balo is in the portal. He's set to visit Indiana, Louisville, and Kansas State. Those would be big for either of those teams if they were to land him. And also, Florida and North Carolina. Imagine if Carolina were to get him and then Cooper Flagg at Duke. The Lakers are a 4-1 favorite to draft Bronny James after one season at USC. The Knicks have the second best odds at 8-1. The Lakers will likely keep the 2024 pick, as the Pelicans will likely wait until 2025 for unprotected first rounder from the AT trade. That's according to The Ringer, and I think that's the right call. Because the Lakers will probably be in the playoffs and just take that chance next year when there's a slight chance that LeBron James isn't even on the team. Jordan Montgomery leaves Boris Agency as he makes a representation switch. So that's a surprise considering I know it's a cheap contract that he signed, but that's not a good look for Scott Boras. Over $16 million stolen from Shohei Ohtani as his interpreter charged with bank fraud after allegedly transferring funds to place illegal bets. Wow. I mean, this story's not going to end. And this has been going on for several weeks now, probably since they played in Korea. And I don't think that Shohei gambled. But who knows? Could be wrong. And if something happens with that, I still think the Dodgers can survive because they're that good. So, Noah Hannafin got a contract extension from the Vegas Golden Knights. 8 years, over $58 million. So that is really smart by Vegas to lock up a key player. And in more Ohtani stuff, Mizuhara placed 19,000 bets as full details of wagers allegedly placed by Ohtani's interpreter, and then an illegal wait on conclusion of the government's case against the Ippei Mizuhara to determine if they'll investigate further. The NFL draft attendees have been announced as Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels among 13 players scheduled to attend the draft. That's not surprising. The Raiders are not eyeing a quarterback at 13, as the Raiders are focused on drafting offensive line or cornerback with its first-round pick. Okay, interesting. I don't think that is the worst idea, because they could very well take Michael Penix or Bo Nix in the second round. Vikings quarterback draft strategy is they prefer private workouts against attending pro days to get quarterbacks a little uncomfortable. Huh. That's weird. The Bengals and T. Higgins have not talked since he could use its first rounder on a receiver amid Higgins' uncertain future. Eagles eyeing offensive line in the draft as Howie Roseman could solidify the right tackle position early in the draft. That's something to watch. So Quinn Ewers has a private jet NIL deal as he's the second player in NCAA history with a private jet endorsement. Wow. This is pretty cool. Caitlin DeBoer has a new space at his new job as Bama is renovating Saban's office. DeBoer's new space will have glass walls and more modern style. I could see that with Nick gone. And SMU suspends cornerback Teddy Knox as he was involved in a crash with Rashee Rice. So if SMU suspends Teddy Knox, the Chiefs have to do something with Rashee Rice. All right, so there you have it for the news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple on the board I really like. One jumped out right away. I like the over 7.5 in Cubs Mariners. That's low. I don't like how either guy has pitched this year. If it's a 4-3 game either way, then I will be still corrected. But I like this over a lot. It's a low total. And I think that the big names on each side could have big days. And I think that this has like 5-3, 5-4 written all over it. So I'm going to go over 7.5 at -118 between the Cubs and the Mariners for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything. We got everything come Monday night. And then maybe we'll do a little bit of the NBA stuff. And then we have the NFL mock to do as well. Hope you guys have a great weekend, everyone.